Apparently, the dog days are not over on this Spotlight On with Seth Casteel.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to another edition of Spotlight On. I'm your host, Alison Dean. Today I am joined by a phenomenal human slash dog expert slash photographer slash host of Z Living's new show, Finding Fido. Welcome, Seth Casteel.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Welcome. Hey, where can everyone find you on social media?
Seth Casteel.
At Seth Casteel.
Yep,
it's very easy. Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the AfterBuzz. Everyone out there, if you're not already subscribing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us everywhere. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat. We're pretty much everywhere. You're asking why we're playing Rebel Yell. Well, that was per Seth, and it's awesome.
Billy Idol.
Hell yeah! All right, so generally, I kick things off with a little rapid fire question round to just, why not? It gets everyone, all the juices flowing. All right, so let's go. We're going to do a little rapid fire question. iPhone or Android?
Ding. Android.
Oh, favorite food? Ding.
Shrimp tacos.
Shrimp tacos. From where?
Anyway, well, mostly in Mexico. There's a great place down in Tulum.
Quite far.
Yeah,
I
pretty
want
far.
to go to Tulum.
It's pretty cool down
I digress. Okay, least favorite food?
there. Oysters.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Favorite candy?
Reese's Pieces.
Nice. Favorite color?
Purple.
Oh, I thought you were going to say green. Okay. Favorite place to travel?
Favorite place to travel would be Australia.
Not Tulum for the shrimp tacos. Okay. Favorite book? Your own.
Ooh, yep. Underwater Dogs. Ding.
If you didn't say that, that would just not make sense. First thing you do when you wake up?
I go get coffee with my dog.
Love
Although
it.
She doesn't get coffee. I just get coffee.
She has water.
Yeah.
A historical figure you'd like to have coffee with?
Oh my gosh. Historical figure I'd like to
It's
have.
hard. That's kind of hard.
Probably Mozart.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Not okay. I like it. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
To fly.
Okay. Last TV show you binged?
Ooh, last TV show I binged. Homeland.
Mine was Game of Thrones. Whew, that took a while.
So good.
Favorite song from the 80s? Was it
I'm going to
Billy
go on a limb and say Rebel Yell by
Really?
Billy Idol.
Okay. I wanted to give you the opportunity to have another in there, but okay. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie would be Back to the Future Part 1.
Because of the DeLorean.
A lot of things,
Okay.
but I just love that movie.
Okay. Your favorite dog name besides Nala?
Poof Poof.
Poof Poof.
Poof, Poof. A real dog that I photographed.
Poof Poof.
Pomeranian
Wow.
with 3 legs.
Okay, I like it. And then maybe you can't tell us this. The next book you want to do?
It's about dogs. but I
Okay!
can't- Yeah, I know.
Can't say no more.
Surprising.
Okay, I like it. So I'm excited to chat about your new show, Finding Fido, but until I want to lay some groundwork first for some people out there that may not know your story and how kind of this all came to be. You were working at Sony in advertising, and you were photographing cats as a hobby.
Photographing cats.
Were you
I'm
doing
sort
that
of-
in school too, though?
Sort of a dog guy, but
Cats.
got started with cats. The opportunity just presented itself to photograph these cats. So I had some friends that were working also on the studio lot, and they were taking care of all the community cats that would live on the lot. And there was quite a few of them.
I love it.
But life was so good for the cats on the lot that they would call their friends up, and all these new cats would come in, and then they would be baby cats.
Oh my God.
Well, there was just a cat frenzy on the Sony lot, and so there's so many cats, and so these folks were overwhelmed with the kittens, and so we found a litter of kittens, and they were like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?" And I just volunteered to take some pictures of the kittens, so we snuck them into an executive's office when he was out for lunch,
I love it.
and let him hop around on the furniture. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I had no experience really with the camera or with cats, but got some funny little candid shots, and we used the Sony email network, which is thousands of people.
Right.
I don't think you're supposed to use the network to promote kittens for adoption.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But I'm like, what are they going to do? Fire us?
Exactly.
Sony fires employees for helping homeless kittens.
Not a good story.
Not a good story.
No.
So anyway, we took some pictures, put the message out with the pictures. They all got adopted in 24 hours. A couple weeks later, we did it again, and that's when I realized the power of a photograph and how it can really make a difference and how I can make a difference. So I was so excited. So I started volunteering at local animal shelters, first in West LA and South LA, photographing dogs and cats.
Okay.
Taking more positive adoption pictures, just trying to get the word out, letting people know that there's this great pets available for adoption. And that's kind of the beginning of how I got started with all this.
And then that segued into you doing just animal portrait photography.
Yeah, I just was doing my volunteer thing every week, and then somebody asked if they could hire me. I said, sure.
And you're like, why not? And this began sort of the career for you.
Yeah, so then I had a part-time gig as a lifestyle
Still
pet
at Sony.
photographer. Still at Sony, yep.
Okay.
Had a lifetime lifestyle pet photographer, and people back then would think that it was a joke. Oh, you're not really doing that, as a
but
career.
In fact.
I know, and I think at the time when I was doing that, there was probably 4 or 5 people in Los Angeles that were photographing pets for hire, and now there must be hundreds. So
it's like all these little opportunities that seem to evade me, right? It's like, why weren't you on Instagram first, Allison? Why weren't you on Snapchat first? Why weren't you taking dog photos first, Allison? Just all these things. Just, I don't know. Anyway, good for you, though. All right, so at some point, you took this underwater dog photo. You were doing a photo shoot, and this underwater photography ended up happening, and a photo got posted online.
Yeah. Well, first things first, I lost my job in the movie business.
What?
I know. I actually got fired from Disney Studios.
But not for...
I don't know if I can say that.
Not for cat photos, though.
For embezzling. No, I wasn't embezzling. I actually love Disney. I just wrong place at the wrong time. And,
I get it.
And they said goodbye. So I started full-time photography. I said, I'd rather work with cool dogs and cool cats.
Better than humans.
Than some of the crazy movie people out there. Mm-hmm. So that's what I started doing. And obviously that it wasn't going so well for a while. I started to run out of money fast. But I was having a great time. And then I ended up photographing this dog in an on-land photo shoot down in Orange County, which was a commission.
Okay.
I think I made like $20 or something to do it. And the dog, it was supposed to be a land photo shoot, and the dog decided it would be an underwater shoot. So there was a pool there. He jumped in on his own, chasing a tennis ball. A Cavalier King Charles Spaniel named Buster, jumping in, splash, 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 and I'm just watching him do his favorite thing. And so I was taking pictures from above, but I'm like, well, that's not really, it doesn't seem like it's doing this justice. So ran off, bought a little point and shoot underwater camera, zipped back, jumped in, and it was a little hot pink Sony underwater camera, actually. Okay. And did a couple of snapshots of Buster jumping in. I got home and checked him out and thought, wowzers, unbelievable. And so I actually sent the pictures to Buster's human, Jane.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, those are cool, but what about the land shots?
Oh, gosh.
I had to go back down there and do some land shots. But so I give, people say, underwater dogs, wow, what a great idea. How'd you come up with that? Not even my idea. It was Buster's idea. So he gets all the credit. But yeah, that was the beginning of underwater dogs.
I'm like such a super fan. Like, I can't take it. I just think it's like the greatest thing ever. Anyway, okay, but somehow this thing goes viral. One of the photos ends up on Reddit somehow. So like a covert friend of yours posted this pic, and then overnight 100 million people see it in 24 hours.
February 9th, 2012, I went to sleep just like I would any other night, and woke up in the middle of the night to my phone ringing and
thousands of emails.
And just absolute chaos. So from what I can gather, somebody grabbed one of my shots off of my Facebook page or whatever, and then put it on Reddit. It climbed up to the #1 thread on Reddit.
I can't even.
And then people snatched that off and put it on Google Plus and all the social media. And then once that happened, people grabbed all the other shots. And it was just like, woo!
Okay, so like, where were you? What were you doing? Like, were you just in bed and suddenly the phone's ringing? You're like, what is going on? Or what was happening in this moment?
Yeah, I just woke up just confused because the first call, I'm like, my phone isn't ringing at 3:30. I don't know why I feel. And people were calling me from Europe is what happened. So they're calling me from Europe because Europe got a hold of them first somehow.
Oh my gosh!
So all these news agencies and TV shows and so forth in Europe were calling me saying, what's going on? So I was so confused. I just tried to make the most of it. I mean, as a photographer, as an artist, I feel like you got to be ready to seize the moment at any time.
Absolutely.
Life is slow, then all of a sudden, boom, there's your opportunity, and I just said, let's just run with it. So I just stayed up and tried to do everything I could do to try to make the most out of it. And I think I did a pretty good job. It was crazy, though. I mean, I wish I could look back at a couple TV interviews I did And I mean, the first interview I did with CNN. They had me come in, CNN World Report.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Come in there.
Well, because you were worldly at that point.
Come in there, and they put a microphone on me, but I could hear myself talk.
Uh-huh.
So they're like, there's a remote interview. She says, well, tell me, what's the process like, photographing the dogs jumping in the pool? And I said, well, first, the dogs play fetch on land, because I was confused about how fast I was talking.
Right.
Anyway, it was a real blessing, and one of those things that just seemed like a fairy tale, and it's been great ever since.
I think you're the first internet sensation I've ever met. I'm like, Mark, let me think here. Okay. No,
I
truly.
represent the internet sensation dogs.
You do. For me, you do. And we'll just let that be. All right. So I love underwater dogs, and now it's like underwater puppies, underwater babies. I mean, there's a lot of underwater things happening. Truly, I would have terrible hair days if I did that much underwater stuff, but you don't have that problem. What's been your most memorable photo shoot? Because you've taken a whole lot of photos.
Oh my gosh, most memorable.
Not the first one.
It's hard to pick with dogs, because it's not really fair, because
Okay.
Somebody out there would be sad if I don't say they're
really?
my favorite. Probably one of my favorite photo shoots would have been going to Alaska.
Yeah?
To document the migration and spawning of sockeye salmon in the Russian River in the Upper Kenai.
Were you in the?
New York Times hires me, sends me on a plane to Anchorage, drive down a couple hours, and jump in 37-degree water.
I love it.
In a wetsuit, and I realized that was probably not a great idea because it was a little chilly. But yeah, I had 2.5 days to basically document these fish, at the end of their life cycle, spawning and migrating, and surrounded by grizzly bears and everything else. It was honestly amazing. It was such a cool opportunity. I'm like, I don't know if I'm really the right guy for this.
You are.
But it was cool. The pictures actually looked great, and it was one of the highlights of my last few years.
So now are you being called by National Geographic too a lot? Like, hey Seth, we need you to now document the hibernation of bears, or I don't know.
I love the editorial stuff. I'd like to get more into that, especially when it comes to conservation and helping the planet, especially animals. I'd love to be doing more stories. I've done some work with National Geographic. I'm doing a new kids book with National Geographic, which would be my first book with them.
I love it.
And I'm so excited about it.
First of many, Seth.
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun.
I think also, in terms of all the terrible stuff with dolphins in Japan, I think that could be a really big opportunity. Something like that, raising the awareness. I mean, obviously a lot of celebrities have come to the aid of that sort of terrible thing and trying to raise awareness and make that stop. But I feel like dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins and Seth Casteel.
I've got an underwater camera at my house.
I know you do.
I've done a lot of work with marine mammals. Any way I can use a picture to help out animals, I think it's terrific. I'm working on a project about foxes right now.
Because foxes are
pretty fascinating. A lot of people don't know about foxes and the real story about it. But I'm interested in using photography to help stop the fur trade without promoting the pet trade. So it's a little bit tricky because you don't want a fox as a pet. No. Bad idea.
I feel like a few people though have tried, right?
Yeah, but it's not a good idea.
Okay.
You don't want to do that. Go adopt a dog.
Right.
Go adopt a cat.
Yes.
You don't need a fox.
Right.
At the same time, though, don't get a fur coat. That's ridiculous.
No, just there's enough fake stuff now that looks pretty good.
Absolutely.
Right? It looks great. Or there's some fur though that it doesn't harm the animal, right? I think.
Well, I would just say do faux fur.
Yeah, just faux fur. Let's just call it a day.
I would just say do or not at all.
Okay, so you now have 8 published books. Obviously, there's some on the way. At what point did One Picture Saves a Life come to be? And let's talk about that. What it is, how people can get involved, because I think it's incredible.
Yeah. So, well, thank you.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun to be a part of, and I'm really proud of it. It's an extension of my volunteer work from 2007, photographing cats and dogs in shelters to help them get adopted, and also help improve the image of rescue and adoption. So it's about saving specific lives, but it's also about improving the message of rescue and adoption and making it positive overall, attracting people into the shelters to the rescues, and making sure people understand it is a positive thing. So yeah, One Picture, basically, I was teaching these workshops at animal shelters all around the world, stopping in, meeting all the local folks that are volunteers and staff, and teaching them how to take better pictures of the dogs and cats. All about photography and marketing. With the launch of Underwater Dogs, I was able to do that times 100. So greatergood.org, the animal rescue site, and Halo, they got involved to help promote this mission to help dogs and cats through photography. And so now we've been traveling all over the country and other countries, teaching workshops to staff, volunteers, to teach them basically how to take better pictures so they can adopt more dogs and cats, giving away brand new cameras, lenses, editing software, getting the media involved. I mean, it's absolutely been terrific. So yeah, if you're out there and you're interested in making a difference, I didn't know about it until I met some kittens, in 2007. But if you're out there, you like photography, you like dogs, you like cats, check out One Picture Saves a Life. And you can go volunteer at your local shelter or rescue and take life-saving pictures. It just takes one picture to connect with somebody out there, and it really does work. So, and we obviously there's so many people doing it now, but we could use so many more people.
Is it like a database too? So, or will it become one where people that sort of have gone through maybe the program with you, or if there's like some sort of a certification where, yes, I know how to take these photos and call me?
Yeah, nothing's required. I mean, there's actually no requirements for you to be a part of One Picture and to go volunteer. You don't need $10,000 worth of camera gear.
Thank God.
You don't need to be a professional photographer.
iPhone.
You just have to have a passion for animals.
Yeah.
And you have to have a passion to help.
Right.
And that's it. Honestly, learning the craft of taking a life-saving picture, I could teach you in 5 minutes. It's easy. It's just
add
like
a bow tie.
Learning a few chords on the keyboard.
Right, right.
You learn a G, you learn a C. You can learn how to use one of these cameras in a matter of minutes. I taught my grandma how to use a digital SLR camera in 5 minutes. Now the next day she might have forgotten a couple of things.
That's all right.
But she's 95.
Yeah, that's.
But listen,
impressive.
she took some great pictures.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right, so Seth, you have a dog, right?
Oh my gosh, she took some pictures. My grandma took some pictures of this little thing right here.
Look at this surprise.
Look who it is.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, bud.
This is the best show ever. Who is this, Seth?
This is Nala. Oh, she's trying to lick my ear. Watch. Lick my ear,
That's okay.
bud.
Yeah, they like the ears.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, when I adopted her, she had really bad ear infections. And so ever since then, I got her ears fixed up right away. Ever since then, she just loves to try to clean anybody's ears. I think she's just trying to pay it forward,
So she came into your life also as you rescued her.
Yeah. I got her in 2007 at the Orange County Animal Shelter.
2007 was a big year for you.
There was a lot going on in 2007. Gee whiz, I know. Yeah, so I met her down there, and I had been looking for a dog for a couple of months. And wasn't in a rush, but just wanted to do my research and figure out what would be a good match.
Right.
And that's kind of what the TV show is about as well. But did
Good
my homework.
segue there, Seth.
Yeah, did my homework, and when I met her too, I just knew that it was
right.
This is my dog, and
your
I was her
eyes
person.
connected, and you just knew it was meant to be.
Look at this little face.
No, it's truly. She's adorbs.
There
How old was
is.
she when you rescued her?
She was between 1 and 2.
Okay.
So she's now around 10 and probably 10 and a half.
You should make it honestly, she's the kind of dog where you want the stuffed animal version, right? Like you're the one that they modeled the stuffed animals after, I think. Right?
She doesn't look like a real dog. I mean, she's just and
so cute.
She's a great example of a lot of people still think you can't get it. People want doodles a lot of time now. They want a doodle, a poodle mix, and they think they can't get them at the shelter. She was a stray, and she's a shelter dog. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, doesn't get much better than this.
They're out there.
Yeah.
You can find, pretty much you can find anything. There's so many dogs that need to be adopted and rescued and all that stuff. Okay, so because you segued. So in Finding Fido, Seth plays matchmaker to hopeful pet owners to be and dogs in need of homes. I was like, it killed me when I read that. After meeting with prospective pet parents, he gets to know their environment, assesses their health, their wellness, lifestyle needs, and then locates 3 potential canine candidates. So you went to school to become a director.
I did.
Did you think when you were in film school that one day you'd be the one taking direction in front of the camera?
Not a chance. I mean, pretty much everything that's happened to me has been unexpected, so I just roll with it. But yeah, the show is terrific. I mean, I was approached about it by Tim Krubsack, who used to work with a couple other networks, and now he's with Z Living.
Okay.
And they're looking for some concepts for new TV shows.
Okay.
And so Tim is a big fan of rescue and adoption, has a terrific rescue dog, and he's like, we got to do a show about this. And so he calls me, he says, Seth, I want to do this show, and you got to be the guy. And I'm like, are you sure about that, Tim? Anyway, we did a pilot, and it looked pretty good, and the network approved it, and so we shot 6 episodes, and it's been such a great experience. A little bit out of my wheelhouse, hosting a TV show, because I've never done it before, but
No, you're good.
we've had a lot of fun. The crew's been great. The dogs have been great. All of our cast, which is the people that are adopting, we call them the cast.
Right.
Although they're just real people.
Yeah.
They've been terrific. And so
How did those people, so Z Living just posted on their website?
Yeah, they did a huge casting call.
Okay.
And looking for folks that are interested in adopting a dog, for a variety of different reasons.
Okay.
And so we found our 6 individuals, couples, or families that were part of season 1. So
I feel like this needs to be 10 billion seasons long. Like, I think it just needs to, why is it only 6 episodes?
I think they're just testing the waters to see. But so far, so good. People are liking it. I really hope we can do a second season. I mean, for me, there's a lot of information out there. If you're interested in adopting a dog, what kind of dog is going to be the right fit for me? And in terms of the dogs too, you want to do that research. But you can read about it all day long, but there's a difference when you see it. You see a show and you actually see the interactions between the people and the dogs. I feel like it's so helpful for folks because a lot of people don't know what kind of dog they want to adopt. They just see a dog walking by and
they're like,
say,
that looks good.
That one.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that it's a good match, not only for the person, but also for the dog.
So I entirely did not do that with my pet rescue that happened. Like, it was pretty much like I was trying to con my mother into taking a dog, and somehow I ended up with the dog. Now, it's the greatest thing that happened. I mean, I'm obsessed with my dog, at Fellas Like Ella on Instagram. But anyway, yeah, I didn't do any of the, I guess, here's what you should do, Allison. You should probably go, okay, well, how active are you? Not that active? Don't get this dog. How much do you like, all of your stuff being sat all over and the dog sleeping, a giant dog sleeping in bed with you? I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyway, this is very helpful for people.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I feel like people want to get the right dog. They want to adopt the right dog, but they just don't know how to do it. And so I'm so excited that this is just a tool for people to check out, to watch, and hopefully it helps folks.
So on every episode, there's 3 dogs that are presented. And I know, obviously, at the end of the episode, only one dog is chosen. So what happens to the other 2 dogs?
The other 2 dogs get adopted by other families.
Okay, so success.
A 3-for-3 win.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like, what happens to them?
And then you can log in the website, actually, after
track
the episode, and you can see what the story is. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's just it's a win-win.
I see T-shirts. I see just, so many things coming from this, right? Okay, so you're doing a lot of, obviously, heartwarming work on the show. Did you get emotional filming any episodes?
Yeah. I mean, it.
Did you have to pause, for tears? Because I would have needed that.
I mean, I've been working with animal welfare for
so long.
10 years, and so I've seen a lot of really terrific things, and some things that can be really heartbreaking too. Just if you spend that much time, that's what happens. And for me, the show though is really such a positive thing.
Yeah.
And so the emotions for me are always really
positive.
It's great. I mean, you see a transformation for some of these folks.
Right.
And some of these folks are getting a dog for the first time, and you get to watch them go through that process, and you get to watch the dog end up in such a great situation, because a lot of these dogs, I do know their stories, and they haven't been in great situations before. And they're willing to forgive humans, which is amazing. One of my favorite things about dogs is their willingness to forgive and move forward.
Totally.
And I think we as humans can always learn from dogs in that way.
Yes.
But just to watch the dogs also go through the transformation of they're in a rough situation, and then all of a sudden, boom, now they have a great home and they're on TV.
Was there an episode that stood out for you among the ones that you filmed as, I don't know, the most gratifying or most memorable? I mean, the one that's airing tomorrow, everyone. Wow. Yeah. Yeah,
that is our adopter, Todd, who's a terrific guy.
Right.
Todd actually has MS. He's had it for years, and it's been up and down for him, and he's had a couple of dogs previously, and unfortunately they passed away. And Todd's condition, has actually become worse since the dogs have passed away, because he's sort of not getting out there anymore. He's not being social. He's being more of a recluse, and he's not getting the activity that he needs to help manage his condition. And so he really needed a dog to help him be healthy again.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's a great episode. I mean, for me, all the episodes are special in different ways. My favorite episode, maybe because it's a little bit different, is the Pleasant family, which will be happening next week.
Okay.
You'll see the Pleasant family. It's a couple and their 3-year-old daughter, little Brooklyn, and they're out to adopt a dog. And for me, the show that particular episode is just really important because of everything that we cover. So if you're going to watch the show, definitely, watch tomorrow night. But
watch all of them.
Don't miss the Pleasant family, because it's a great episode.
The Pleasant family. That's the best name ever. Watch the Pleasant family. Tell everyone watching about Z Living, the time the show airs, all that stuff.
Finding Fido is on at 9 p.m. 8 Central every Tuesday.
And you can you screen online too? I think you can.
Yeah,
I think you can watch on zliving.com.
So most folks get Z Living.
Okay.
Most folks do. Not everyone will get it on your cable, depending on what you have.
Right.
But if you don't get it, you can log in zliving.com. You sign up for the service called Z Living Go. It's free, and you can just binge watch Finding Fido.
It's free, people.
You
There's
can
no
just watch
excuse.
it over and over and over again.
And there's other glorious shows on Z Living. So it's it's all about health, wellness, all the good stuff. It's just a goodness network.
It is.
It's a network of goodness. So let's talk about what you think the future is for animal adoption, since there's, obviously a big need for it.
The future is bright. Very bright. I mean, if you look at 10 years ago where we were at, it was just, oh man, rough. But we've made so much progress. I'll give you an example. In Chicago, I'll just use this example because I think it's important to mention an example.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, probably 10 or 15 years ago, there was no adoption program at the only city shelter in Chicago. Intake is around 25,000 pets a year. There's no adoption program. And that's I hate to say that, but it is the sad reality. Now, the adoption program is incredible. And they're making progress every single year. I mean, it just goes to show all these amazing people out there. There's so many animal advocates
There are.
that are helping make this world a better place for us as humans and also for our pet friends. And we have just made leaps and bounds of progress over the last 10 years. And every year it gets better and better. I mean, we're going to be a few years away, and I think we're not going to have an overpopulation problem anymore. We're getting there. We're working on it. We still have a lot of work to do, but for me, I'm super optimistic. We have made such a difference, and all these amazing people have, and there's thousands and thousands of great people out there that are really dedicating their whole life to doing that. And I just want to say thank you to all of them, because those are the people that make this magic happen.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, anyone that puts animals as a priority, I'm just I bow down. I bow down to you. Okay, so now that you're in all these circles with animals and all this stuff, have you made friends with all these other animal celebrity people?
I don't. Well, who do you mean? Jackson Galaxy is a friend of mine. You know that guy? He is an awesome dude. He is probably the most awesome animal person in the world.
Oh wow!
This guy. Yeah.
Okay.
He has a show on Animal Planet called My Cat from Hell. It's kind of It's kind of a crazy name of a show, but he's a behaviorist, and he is. What he does for cats and for the people that care for cats is just remarkable all around the world. So his show, if you haven't seen it, it's called My Cat from Hell, and it really does teach you
he's plugging another show. It's
no,
so
it's
good.
great.
It's so
but
great.
this guy, I watch what this guy's doing. I'm like, man, when I grow up, I want to be like this guy.
Hey, I believe in you, Seth.
Yeah, he's seriously awesome.
All right. So, because you've worked with so many animals, do you have a favorite so far?
My dog right here, little Nala.
I mean, that's so obvious.
What are you doing? Come here, bud.
I think it's just interesting in the sense of there is really the future is so bright, I think, for you, because I think now, you're getting into the whole National Geographic thing. I mean, your sockeye salmon photography is happening. I mean, really, possibilities are totally limitless.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I obviously love dogs and I love cats, but if I can use sort of my situation and my understanding of a camera to make a difference for other animals, I mean, I'm 100% in. So.
Dream project? Is there a dream project, or can you not tell us?
Oh, yeah. No, I have a dream project. Well, definitely I want to do another season of Finding Fido.
Well, yes!
I think that we just are getting into it for season 1 with 6 episodes.
That's not enough.
There's so much more we can do.
Right.
And so I really hope we can do another season. So that would be great. The other big project I'm working on is my dream project. Would be making Underwater Dogs the movie and incorporating rescue and adoption into that, and would love to do it with Disney.
Yeah.
And then have it be a big hit, and then do Underwater Dogs the ride at Disneyland.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
Now, I've been working on the movie for a little while, and it's like, maybe it's going to happen, and then it's not going to happen. And then maybe it's going to happen, and then maybe not. Who knows? But I got a great story for it, and it's sort of a blend of live action and animation.
I think it's genius.
Kind of like Roger Rabbit.
I love it.
So we're working on it. I mean, who knows? The movie industry is crazy, but I'll tell you what, it would be amazing to see it come full circle around. I loved Disney. Unfortunately, it didn't work out at the time for me. Come full circle, make a movie with Disney that's helping dogs and make it fun. Do a ride. Wouldn't that be a blast?
I'm just a yes. All systems go for me.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want everyone out there to know? all of our AfterBuzz community?
I would just say, if you
Adopt a dog.
If you don't have a dog in your life
Yeah.
and you're thinking about it, then call me up and I'll help you. Now, you should. Dogs make us better as humans, and that's why I'm so proud to do this work. I think they make us better as humans socially,
Yeah.
physically,
Yeah.
emotionally. I mean, so many different ways. And having a dog in your life, especially if you've never had one in your life, can really change everything for you. It's such a great way.
I agree with you. And actually, you know, again, this show, Finding Fido, could possibly help you in a big way find a dog or
Yeah.
help you understand what you need
Yes.
in finding the dog of your dreams. Well, everyone, this has been fun. This has been totally fun. Tell everyone again where they can find you on social media.
Instagram and Facebook, Seth Casteel. Boom.
So easy.
And Finding Fido is Tuesday nights,
9 p.m.
8 Central
9 p.m.
on Z Living.
You can find me everywhere at the Alison Dean. Alison Dean was taken. What can I do? Thank you all for joining us. Adopt a dog. Watch Finding Fido. This has been so fun. Thanks, Seth.
Yeah!
Yeah! Bye, everyone. See you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.